Cowboys have wrapped up day 2 of training camp here in Oxnard, and silencing the noise continues to be the theme for not only this team, but also quarterback Dak Prescott. We'll get to that in just a few seconds, but for now, welcome back into another episode of Inside Cowboys Training Camp. I'm Nicole Hutchison alongside Patrik No C Walker, and we're also presented by Ford. Let's not forget to shout out our sponsors as well. A little bit of love there, right? But we got to talk about Dak Prescott, right? He mentioned the fact that he's feeling free, better free than he's ever felt before heading into the 2024 season. Let's go ahead and take a listen to what he had to say on Thursday.
I mean, that's my temperament. That's who I am, honestly, at home with my teammates in the locker room and on the field, and that's the piece that I have. Starts with my family, and then gets into the teammates, this locker room, and just the love for the game that I'm never bound mentally, honestly, to a contract, to the money. I've told you I've never played this game for that, and I know you get the eye rolls of, being in a contract situation, but that as I said, I have an obligation to honestly some others in that case, and to my family, to my family of getting what's deserved. So I don't play for that. That's why I am free. As I always felt, if I stayed free, stayed true to who I am, controlled what I can, the rest will take care of itself.
It'll all take care of itself, Patrik. I've got to ask you, how much of this free mind is needed for Dak Prescott heading into this 2024 season?
Well, it's going to be needed in a massive way because Dak Prescott cannot go into this season thinking about everything that is non-football field related. He needs to go in and play free, be that, MVP caliber quarterback that he was last season. He was an All-Pro for the first time in his career, and he needs to settle into the comfort of year 2 of the Texas Coast offense. As long as he goes out there and he plays football the way Dak Prescott knows how to play football, obviously CeeDee Lamb will be back shortly. The Cowboys offense can go forward, and like he said, everything will take care of itself.
And we're talking about playing good football. We saw that in day 1 of practice with him and Jalen Brooks. That connection, man, is going to be special. How much of Jalen Brooks are you expecting to see really stand out this offseason in this training camp?
Nicole, I've dubbed them the law firm of Jalen, and Jalen. You got Jalen Brooks, Jalen Tolbert, and Jalen Crawford. This is Jalen times 3. I like that. Jalen cubed, if you will. Okay. The Jalens, as Mike McCarthy labeled them today when I asked him the question, he basically intimated that he's looking for a huge step forward from all 3 of them. This is a great opportunity for them while CeeDee Lamb gets his business taken care of. Those young guys, including guys like Kevontae Turpin, rookie Ryan Flournoy, they're going to have to step up and take advantage of the opportunities, and we saw the Jalens doing that as early as day 1 yesterday.
A lot of guys looking to step up with their opportunities, but how about this offensive lineman, these young offensive linemen? They're looking to step up and take really advantage of all their opportunities as well, but are they enough? We'll talk about that coming up in the next segment.
Inside Cowboys Training Camp, presented by Ford, is brought to you by AT&T, official sponsor of the Dallas Cowboys. Sleep Number, the official sleep and wellness partner of the Dallas Cowboys. And by your North Texas Ford dealers. Ford is the best in Texas. This segment is brought to you by Academy Sports and Outdoors, official sporting goods retailer of the Dallas Cowboys.
The Dallas Cowboys addressed the offensive line in the first and third round of the 2024 NFL Draft, drafting Tyler Guyton and Cooper Beebe. Obviously, head coach Mike McCarthy really high on these 2 guys. But when you talk about long-term, right, and heading into week 1 in the next couple of weeks, are these offensive linemen and the state of this offensive line good enough? The Talking Cowboys crew and Patrik Walker, they break it all down.
I'm telling guys, until I see guys play 2 or 3 regular season games, it's going to be questions. Now, you will get Parsons, and you will get our other pass rush. I can't think of my guy's name, been in the league forever. You'll get guys that will give these guys great pass rush looks. They'll get a lot of that doing the deal. But the run game, that's something you have to work on. And a lot of coaches don't really work that, all practice long. It's just different sessions. So you have to get in a game and watch these guys during the regular season before you can give a true opinion of who Guyton is, who BB is. Because if BB is not starting at center, I'm gonna be a little hurt. I'm gonna be a lot hurt.
A little hurt.
And so I want the rookies to be in there offensive line-wise. I want every young guy that has an opportunity to be able to play, to get every rep. If Zach Martin practiced once a week, I would not be hurt. But the other guys, I need to see them. If Tyler Smith don't practice but twice a week, I will not be hurt. But from Austin Richards to T.J. Bass to Guyton to BB to anybody that has a chance to make this team, I want to see them in there doing everything they can, doing from this day forth all the way through preseason.
100%. Bottom line is this: is that anyone who tells you, regardless, let's say Tyler Guyton and Cooper Beebe steal the show at camp,
right?
Okay, which would mean more than likely they're going to be your starters.
That's
and
right.
Now you know you're starting 5. Even if that's true, and we hope it's true, even if that's true, there's no way that you can look someone straight in the eye and tell them that 2 rookie starters on your offensive line, the most important unit on the entire football field, doesn't bear questions going into week 1, which would be their NFL debut. Fact is, you have a lot of youth.
Who they playing?
Cleveland.
Myles Garrett.
And this ain't your granddaddy Cleveland Browns.
Right.
Okay, this is your Myles Garrett Cleveland Browns, and that defensive line is one of the best in the league. They're going to be tested early. But when you talk about, Tyler Guyton and Cooper Beebe, now let's go to some of the other young guys who aren't rookies. Brock Hoffman, T.J. Bass, right? These are guys, even though Brock Hoffman, he's a lunch pail guy, he will absolutely compete for starter. T.J. Bass, he's a gamer, came mostly out of nowhere. Right?
Yes.
Not unlike Terrence Steele, but on the interior of the offensive line when the Cowboys needed them. So much youth beside Zach Martin and Terrence Steele. You have to have question marks because I'm always of the mindset, Big Nate, that it takes 3 to 4 games of the same front 5 playing together for them to really start gelling and knowing each other's tendencies. So there's no way that I'm going into week 1 with all of my belief in Cooper Beebe because I believe he'll be the starter, and I'm also on record as saying I believe Tyler Guyton will earn his start at left tackle against the Cleveland Browns. Even that being the case, I would be completely disingenuous to sit here and say, knowing that or believing that, I still feel like, I'll be completely confident. No questions, they're all set. No, I need to see it. I need to see it in real time against real competition.
This segment was brought to you by Academy Sports and Outdoors, official sporting goods retailer of the Dallas Cowboys.
Welcome back into Inside Cowboys Training Camp, presented by Ford. We're here to wrap things up on this episode, but we've got to also mention Mazi Smith, a guy who did not really do so well in 2023, his first year, his rookie season, but he's obviously picked up some more weight. That's something that Mike McCarthy actually touched on. We saw him in practice. He looks obviously a little bigger. What are your thoughts on Mazi, and what do you need from him in this training camp?
Well, we talk about the Cowboys as a team entering this training camp with pressure, and few players are feeling more pressure than former first-round pick Mazi Smith. Obviously, he played behind Jonathan Hankins last year, but there's no Jonathan Hankins on this roster right now. It's going to have to be Mazi Smith. You have veterans like Carl Davis, obviously also Digizua. He's going to take advantage from a 3-tech position, but nose tackle, that's what you need. Mazi Smith and Mike Zimmer alluded to that when Mike Zimmer said he wanted Mazi to do Michigan things. The only way to do that is to get up to 315, 320. Yeah. We saw Mazi Smith yesterday. He's looking like he's right about there. So the size is there. The power never left. Now it's about building upon that in training camp.
You mentioned Carl Davis, though. Obviously a veteran they brought in last November. Is there a little bit of confidence there that he can actually come in and make that battle a little interesting?
I believe there is some confidence there, but then you also have to talk about, if you're talking about the position, let's talk about 7th-round pick Justin Rogers. Yep. I think Justin Rogers is going to be somebody that you want to keep an eye on as well. I think that it's Mazi Smith's job absolutely as a starter, but when you talk about depth behind him, you have to talk about Carl Davis being pushed by Justin Rogers, so don't overlook that rookie. He's coming in looking to do some damage.
Well, another day of training camp continues tomorrow. We'll have full coverage here on Inside Cowboys Training Camp after practice and also following Mike McCarthy's press conference. We'll see you tomorrow.
Inside Cowboys Training Camp, presented by Ford, was brought to you by AT&T, official sponsor of the Dallas Cowboys. Sleep Number, the official sleep and wellness partner of the Dallas Cowboys. And by your North Texas Ford dealers. Ford is the best in Texas.